Welcome back. A while back I had this on the channel for the first time. This is the North Border Blades Custom EDC that I sort of co-designed, and then David Bennett at North Border Blades created. Pretty neat knife, and my Damascus. It had ended up being like a bit wide, just a little crazy wide. So I tasked him with bringing it back down into a slimmer profile, make it a little lighter. It's still chunky, but something that I could see using a bit more and carrying, so that it didn't just end up being a shelf queen. And I think he did a good job. He brought it back down. It feels much more intuitive to grip in hand. Overall feels good. And yeah, this was inspired by a few different knives that I really like. I had, if you saw that original video, I'd weighed it. I had sort of had some realizations, like I wish this finger choil was like right here. And I wish I hadn't gone as wide on the scales, which he was able to fix. But overall, cool result, and it reminds me a lot of some of my favorite knives. So he just gave this back to me, wanted to weigh it, see what it comes in at. This is about a 7-inch total knife. You got about a 3-inch blade and a 4-inch handle with about 2.5 inches of cutting edge. And so it had weighed in at like 6¼ ounces. If you go back and watch my original unboxing videos, like, oh, okay, that's a hefter. So I'm gonna see if I can get it under 6, something in the 5s, make it a little more reasonable for an actual carry, and it has a sheath and everything to carry it on. So there we go. Took about 3/4 ounce off of it, so it's at 5.5 now. Much more reasonable. It's still, a bit hefty for your average EDC knife, certainly. But now it's in the realm of like, I could see actually having that on the hip and putting it to use. So successful campaign here. Now the original version had like a wider area here, and it was thinner here and here. Maybe something that I even try and take on myself to try and bring back some of that contour to the scale. Now it's quite a bit flatter, but I still like it more overall. Just feels a bit more intuitive. When you grab it, it makes more sense. And yeah, this was, if you watch the original video, it's basically custom designed for my hands. So just to have just enough room on either side. So I was able to basically put that design out with him, and he was able to materialize it into reality, which is pretty cool. Let's see if I can bring a little more light over here, get a little more reflection going there on the Damascus. Even did the jimping, just how I spec'd it out and everything, which is pretty neat. So let's zoom in and take a look at it. The scales are aluminum honeycomb that have a epoxy resin poured into them. So let's see if I can get some sunlight on them right now. When the sunlight hits it just right, it's pretty neat looking. Kind of reminds me of like a snake skin look or something like that. And then you got some liners here on the inside. I can't remember what the liners are made out of actually. But you can see that Sanmai pattern all the way back here, because you got this nice full tang showing through. So it's pretty neat. Yeah, got a nice little texture on there. So cool knife. Certainly appreciate David putting the extra time in to get that right. Awesome support from David at North Border Blades here in Bellingham, Washington. Just picked this up today. That's all for now. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.